Hello everyone, welcome to Maths Academy. In this video, I will be discussing the 2021 GCE O-Level Mathematics paper. So usually, this will be the default mathematics paper structure. There will be two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 divides into two parts as part A and part B. In your part A, there will be 25 short questions and in part B, there will be 5 structured questions. When we head on to paper 2, it will have the same as paper 1, part A and part B. But in this paper, all of them are essay type questions. There will be a total of 6 questions in each part, and out of that, you will have to select 5 questions while omitting 1 question. So with that little description on your GCE O-Level Maths paper structure, let's get into 2021 GCE O-Level Mathematics paper. So now let's move on to paper 1 part A. And these are the first 25 short questions which is in your part A paper 1. Question number 1. When an item is imported, custom duty of 22% is charged on its import value. What is the value of an item of import value rupees 8000 after custom duty is paid? So now we should find the value of the item after the custom duty is paid. So the value will be the value of the item initially plus the custom duty. So now let's find the value of the item after the custom duty is paid. That will be 8000 multiplied by 122 over 100. So when we do this in the simple way, we cancel these two zeros with these two zeros. So you get 80 multiplied by 122. The value will be 9760 rupees. So that shows 1760 is charged for the custom duty and 8000 is the value of the item. So total value of that item after the custom duty is paid will be 9760. Question number 2. Find the value of x based on the information given in the figure. So they have given an isosceles triangle because two sides are equal and they are given one angle as 2x and another angle as x. And if this angle is 2x, this angle should also be 2x because the two sides are equal, and there is a theorem that says when two sides are equal, the opposite angles to those sides will also be equal. So that means if this is x, this will also be x because in this side the opposite angle is this one and in this side the opposite angle is this one. So that means these two angles are equal in magnitude. So that will be 2x plus 2x plus x will be equal to 180. The angles in a triangle, which means the interior angles in a triangle, adds up to 180 degree. So now let's put the equation and let's find the value of x. So this will be the equation 2x plus 2x plus x equals 180. So there you get 5x equals 180. Now let's substitute the value x and let's find what is x. So 180 divided by 5 gives you 36. So 180 divided by 5 gives you 36. So the value of x in this triangle is 36 degree. So with that, let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 3. It says factorize and they have given algebraic terms 9x squared minus 4. So now let's put all the values in square format. So 3 squared is 9. Instead of 9 we can put 3 squared and 2 squared is 4. So instead of 4 we can put 2 squared. So 3 squared x squared minus 2 squared. So there we have changed this to square format. Now let's arrange this into two algebraic terms. So you all know how to do this. If there are squares in each and every algebraic term, for example, if you take a squared minus b squared like this, we write this as a minus b and a plus b. When we get squares in each and every term, so that we do this. Same way in this one you can also do the same thing. You can put 3x minus 2 and 3x plus 2. There you get the same answer as a square minus b square. So now let's go to the question number 4. It says the arc length of a sector of radius 7 cm is 11 cm. What fraction of the circle is the sector? So now we should find the angle, the bearing that represents the sector. To do that, you can use the equation of the arc length of a sector. That will be theta over 360 into 2 pi r. And once we find the theta, that is the angle that bears the sector, and from that we can find the fraction of the circle. So this will be the equation. Arc length, that is 11 centimeter. Here they have shown us 11 centimeter. That will be equal to theta, that is the angle. We do not know the angle, so we will just write as theta over 360 into 2 pi. Pi is 22 over 7. It has a constant value. And the radius is 7 centimeter. So now we have plotted the equation. Now let's simplify them and subject theta and get the value of the final answer. You cancel this 7 with this 7. You cancel 360 with 2. That will be 180. And further if you do, you will get 90. If you cancel with this 22, you get 11. And that's the final simplifications. So now let's represent this and let's subject theta. So now I'll be subjecting theta. So theta will be equal to, when you take all the terms to the left hand side, you will get multiplication of 90 and multiplication of 11 goes to the opposite side with the opposite sign. So division by 11. So you cancel this 11 with this 11. So theta will be equal to 90 degree. So the fraction that bears the sector compared to the circle will be equal to 90 over 360. That will be equal to 1 over 4. So the fraction of the circle compared to the sector will be equal to 1 over 4. Now let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 5. Find the magnitude of ABC based on the information given in the figure. So now we will have to find the value of ABC. That will be this angle. So now we have to implement some geometrical theorems and we should find the value of ABC. So when we implement the geometrical theorem of vertical opposite angles, these two angles will be equal because they are vertically opposite. They are intersected with two straight lines, this line of AD and EB. So that means this ECD will be equal to ACB. So if you minus 180 with these two angles, BAC with ACB, you will get the value of ABC. So now let's write them step by step so that you can understand them conveniently. Vertically opposite angles. This will be equal to 180 minus these two angles. That will be equal to 102 degrees. So ACB will also be equal to 102 degrees. That is this angle. So now when you add 102 plus 20, you get 122 degree. Now you have got ACB plus CAB equals 122. Now you will have to find ABC. You will have to minus 180 with 122. That will be equal to 58 degrees. First I have subtracted 180 with these two angles and found this angle, and this angle and this angle is equal, that is vertically opposite angles, that is the reason. And then I have got this ACB as 102 degree and CAB they have already given us 20 degree. So I have added 102 degree and 20 degree and I have got the final answer as 122 degree. Now to find ABC, you will have to minus 180 with 122. So therefore ABC will be equal to 58 degree. There are a couple of ways to find this, but I have used the simplest method to find it. So now let's move on to the Question number 6. It says simplify 6x to the power 4 y to the power 2 divide by 3x squared y. Now let's convert this to multiplication. That is the most simple way, and let's do the question. This is how you convert algebraic terms to multiplication. First you put the first value, you turn the division to multiplication, and you reciprocal the second factors. So 1 over 3x squared y. Now all that is left is to just simplify. Y and y cancel. X squared with this x squared cancel, you get 2, and 3 with this you get 2. So the final answer that is left is 2x squared y. This is the final answer. You can also do it in division method, but doing it in multiplication method is more easy for you. So now let's see the next set of questions. Question number 7. Fill in the blanks in the statement given below using suitable numbers. A right prism with a uniform triangular cross section has dash triangular faces and dash rectangular faces. You all know what is a right prism. So a right prism has 2 triangular faces and 3 rectangular faces. The 3 rectangular faces are the ones that comes in the middle, and the triangular faces are the ones that comes on the either side of the prism. So there are 2 triangular faces and 3 rectangular faces. Question number 8. ABCD is a parallelogram. DC has been produced to E such that AC is parallel to BE. If BE equals 6 cm and DP equals 3 cm, find the area of the trapezium ABED. You should find the area of this trapezium. To find the area of this trapezium, you can find the area of this triangle, because we know the length of BE and these two are parallel. If that is parallel, they will also be equal. So when you add the area of this triangle, area of this triangle and area of this triangle, you will get the area of the trapezium ABED. Now let's find the area of this triangle. The base AC will be 6 cm. They have already told us BE equals 6 cm. So that means AC will also be equal to 6 cm. And if you find the area of this triangle, you don't need to find the area of this triangle, because the area of this triangle will also be equal to the area of this triangle. Half into base is AC, that is 6 cm, into perpendicular height, that is 3. So there you get 18 over 2, that will be 9 cm square. So the triangle ADC is equal to 9 cm square. So when you multiply 9 by 3, because there are 3 triangles inside the trapezium, you get 27 cm square. First I have found the area of this triangle, that is ADC, that is 9 cm, and then I have found the area of the 3 triangles, because the base and the height is equal in all the triangles. So I have multiplied 9 cm square, that is the area of this triangle, by 3. So I have got the final answer as 27 cm square. That will be the area of this trapezium ABED. So I hope you understood it. With that, let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 9. It says find the LCM. This is a simple question for you. We have also discussed this question in our previous videos too. So now let's find the LCM. First you put all the factors of the algebraic terms. Now you separate them as squares. 2 squared will be equal to 4, and x squared and y to the power 1. And to write 6, you can write 2 into 3, that will be 2 to the power 1 and 3 to the power 1. X to the power 1 and y to the power 1. And to write 3, that will be 3 to the power 1 and y squared will be y to the power 2. LCM will be the largest common multiple. Now let's check the largest common multiple for each and every terms. So So for 2, the largest common multiple is 2 squared. That will be 2 squared, that gives you 4. And for 3, 3 to the power 1. And for x is x squared. And for y is y squared. These are the largest factor. So when you do this and when you get your final answer, the LCM of these terms will be 12x squared y squared. Now let's move on to the question number 10. A person who deposits rupees 6,000 in a bank for 2 years at an annual interest rate of 5% compounded annually receives rupees 300 as interest for the first year. How much interest does he receive for the second year? He has deposited 6,000 rupees in a bank for 2 years. The interest that is paid is compounded annually per year, and that is not simple interest, it's a compound interest. So the first year he receives 300 as interest. So now let's find the interest that he receives at the second year. So to find that, you should add the interest that he receives first year with the amount that he deposited. You should multiply that with 105 and you should divide by 100. And once you get the total amount, you should minus that total amount with the amount that he received during the first year, that is 6,300. So the amount that he received in the first year, that is 6,300. You multiply that with 105 over 100. You cancel these two zeros. So when you multiply 63 by 105, you get 6,615, and this is the total amount. So to find the interest only that he receives in the second year, you should minus 6,615 with 6,300. The interest that he receives for the second year will be 315 rupees. So hope you understood it. With that, let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 11. It says the first quartile of a collection of data arranged in ascending order is in the fourth position. In which position is the median of this collection of data? So it says the first quartile is in the fourth position of a collection of data. And they are asking in which position is the median of this collection of data. So now let's implement the first quartile's equation and then let's find out in which position the median of this collection of data remains. The equation will be 1 over 4 into n plus 1. That will be equal to the fourth position. So if you simplify this, you will get 16 equals n plus 1. Therefore, n will be equal to 15. Now we have found the number of data in this collection of data using the first quartile's equation. Now using this, let's find the position of the median in this group of data. So now let's plot the equation. That will be 1 over 2 into n plus 1. So n is 15 plus 1. So that will be 1 over 2 into 16, and that will be in the 8th position. So therefore median of this collection of data lies in the 8th position. So with that, let's move on to the question number 12. It says find the minimum area of a sheet of paper that can be used to completely cover the curved surface of a solid right circular cylinder of radius 7 cm and height 5 cm. So to do that, we should calculate the area of the curved surface of the cylinder, and that will be the minimum area of the sheet of paper. So now let's do that. So the equation will be 2 into pi. Pi has a constant value that is 22 over 7, and that is what they have told here for us to use, and multiplied by r is 7 cm and h is 5 cm. So when you cancel this and this, you get 2 into 22, that is 44, and 44 into 5, that will be 220. So this will be the minimum area to cover up the curved surface of a solid right circular cylinder. So with that, let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 13. It says find the magnitude of BAC that is this angle BAC, this angle, based on the information given in the figure. Now we will have to apply some geometrical theorems to find BAC. So this is the angle that we should find. So if you see these two triangles, the bases are the same. If you see the triangle ADB, the base is AB, and if you see the triangle ABC, the base is AB. So therefore, the angles between these two triangles are equal because the tip of this triangle, that means ADB, is on the circumference of a circle, and same way the tip of this triangle ABC is on the circumference of the circle. So therefore, when two angles are on the circumference of a circle with the same base, they are equal in magnitude. So therefore, ADB and ACB will be 50 degree. So if this is 50 degree, we can find the angle of BAC. That is, a straight line adds up to 180. So this angle will be 180 minus 110, that will be 70. So 70 plus 50 will be 120. So this angle will be 60 degree because 50 plus 70 gives you 120. 180 minus 120 gives you 60 degree. Or else there is another theory that you can use, that is the cyclic quadrilateral. First, these two triangles will be equal because they are on the same circumference of the circle and they have the same base. If you see triangle BDC, the base is BC, and if you see the triangle ABC, the base is BC. So therefore BAC, this angle and this angle will be equal. Now we should find the angle that represents this angle. So the angle that represents this one will be 110 minus 50 because the cyclic quadrilateral says the interior angles of a cyclic quadrilateral will be equal to the opposite exterior angles of it. So the opposite angle of this will be this and the exterior angle of this will be this. This angle and this angle will be equal to 110. So if this is 110, this angle will be 110 minus 50. That will be 60 degree. There are multiple methods of doing this, but you can stick to one method that is convenient for you and you can do the question. But I'll write both the methods. This is the method number 1. That is the cyclic quadrilateral method. So there I have written the two methods, method number 1 and method number 2. In method number 1 I have used the cyclic quadrilateral method, and in method number 2 I have used the same segment method. Question number 14. Solve 1 over x minus 3 over 4x, that will be equal to 3 over 8. And when you take a look clearly, you can see the operator is minus, which means you should make the denominator equal and then you can do the calculation. You should multiply this fraction by 4, both the numerator and the denominator. You will get 4 over 4x because you multiply this fraction by 4 minus 3 over 4x, that is equals to 3 over 8. When you minus 4 minus 3, you get 1 over 4x. So 1 over 4x will be equal to 3 over 8. Now let's cross multiply. 4x multiplied by 3 and 8 multiplied by 1. Four x into 3 is 12x. That will be equal to 8. So therefore x will be equal to 8 over 12. When you simplify to its simplest form, you get 2 over 3. So with that, let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 15. If number of A equals 10, number of B equals 5 and number of A intersection B equals 3, this part is 3, how many elements are there in the shaded region of this Venn diagram? Now let's implement all the values in this and let's find the answer. So it says number of A is 10, so I'll write 10 over here, and number of B is 5 and number of A intersection B is 3. So A intersection B is this part. So only A will be 10 minus 3, that will be 7, and only B will be 5 minus 3, because this whole region will be equal to 5. Only this region will be equal to 5 minus 3 equals 2. This whole region will be equal to A. This region equals 3. So this region will be equal to 7. Find the shaded region of the Venn diagram. So the shaded region of this Venn diagram will be 7 plus 2. That will give you the answer 9. So with that, let's move on to the next question. Question number 16. In the triangle ABC in the given figure, D, E and F are respectively the midpoints of the sides AB, AC and BC. If AB equals 4 cm, this AB is 4 cm, AC equals 5 cm and the perimeter of the triangle DEF is 7 cm. Now they are asking us to find the length of BC. So first I'll input all the values. So now we have implemented all the given information. Now we have to find the value of DE, because this is an equiangular triangle and DE will be equal to half of BC and BC will be equal to 2 times DE, because they are asking the length of BC. So to calculate that, first we should see whether are they congruent, and to see that they are congruent because these two lines are parallel and they are at the same base with the same length of this. DF will be equal to AE because D, E, F are all midpoints. Therefore, DF will be equal to AE. So, if these two are equal, so the perimeter of this triangle is 7 cm. So, therefore, the perimeter of this triangle ADE will also be 7 cm. So, if this triangle is 7 cm, the length of DE will be equal to the length of AE. That will be 2.5 cm, because 2 plus 2.5 will be equal to 4.5. 7 cm minus 4.5 cm will be equal to 2.5 cm. Therefore, DE will be equal to 2.5 cm. So, if DE equals 2.5 cm, BC will be equal to 5 cm. So, this is the simple way that you can use to find the length of BC. So with that, let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 17. It says, for the correct statements given below, mark a true in front of each of the correct statements and a cross in front of each incorrect statements. Now let's see the statement and let's mark whether is it true or false. And the first one, square root of 14 will be greater than 3 and less than 4. So to find that, let's convert all these to normal values. Square root of 3 will be equal to 9, square root of 14 will be equal to 14 and square root of 4 will be equal to 16. And when you see this information, you know that this statement is correct. 14 is greater than 9 but less than 16. So that is a true statement. And here it says square root of 35 is less than 5.5. So when you convert this to normal values, you get 5.5 to the perfect square will be equal to 30.25. So when you see this, 35 is less than 30.25. That is a false statement. 35 is greater than 30.25. So that will definitely be a false statement. Third statement. So 3 plus 15 will be equal to 36. I am doing this extra work for you to understand. If I do it in square form, you might be wondering how I am doing. So that's why I am doing it in simplest way. So 3 plus 15 is 18. 18 is less than 36. That is a true statement. Now let's move on to the question number 18. Anil takes 32 minutes to walk at a uniform speed from his home to school, which is 2.4 kilometers away. How many minutes will it take him to walk a distance of 3 kilometers at the same uniform speed? They have given us a brief information and they are asking how many minutes will it take Anil to walk a distance of 3 kilometers at a uniform speed. So now we should find in 1 kilometer how many minutes will he take to walk. So to find that, we should divide 32 by 2.4. So that will be equal to 13.33. To walk a distance of 3 kilometers, Anil takes 3 kilometer multiplied by 13.33. That will be equal to 40. That is the approximation value. So with that, let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 19. The center of the given circle is O and its radius is 5 cm. So this will be 5, this will be 5, and if TC, this length will be equal to 4 cm, find the length of BC. We should find the length of this. So when you see this diagram, you get an idea of the equiangular triangle, because this is 90. If this is 90, this will also be 90, because if there are two lines that intersects each other, the circumference starts from the 2 points of the diameter, that means these 2 points, and intersects at the circumference. Therefore, the angle of the intersection point, that is this angle, will be equal to 90 degree. So therefore, this is 90 degree and this is 90 degree. This is known as a equiangular triangle. If this is 4 cm, this will also be 4 cm, and this is the radius and this is also a radius. So this is 5 cm, this will also be 5 cm. So now we should find the value of OT by using the Pythagoras theorem of this triangle AOT, and once we find the value of OT, we should multiply the value of OT by 2 so that you get the value of BC. So by using the Pythagoras theorem for the triangle AOT, OT square we do not know, so let's put as x. So x squared will be equal to 5 squared is 25. I have taken the 4 to the other side. So 4 squared is 16 minus 16. That will be equal to 9. This is x squared. Now we should find only x. So therefore x will be equal to square root of 9. You square this and you square this. So you get x. So x will be equal to 3 cm. X means OT. Here I have shown. So this is 3 cm. This is 4 cm. This is 5 cm. This is 5. This is 4. So if OT is 3, BC will be equal to 2 times OT. So OT is 3 cm. So 2 into 3 is 6. Also you can do it in this method. You know the value of AO and OB. So you know this length, that is 10 cm. You know this length, that is 8 cm, because 4 and 4, 8 cm. And this is a right angle triangle. So to find the length of BC, you can use the Pythagoras theorem. The hypotenuse side is 10 and the base is 8. You will get the same answer as 6 cm. I'll show you in a different screen. The hypotenuse side was 10 cm and the base was 8 cm. And we should find BC. This will be square because we are using the Pythagoras theorem. So when you subtract BC, you get 100 minus 64, because 64 goes to the opposite side, you get 36 centimeter. But we need to find not BC square, we need to find only BC. So therefore you get the final answer for BC as 6 cm. So now let's head to the questions. So with that, let's move on to the question number 20. Obtain the equation of the straight line AB shown in the figure. So this is a straight line AB. They are asking to find the equation of this. The equation will be y equals mx plus c. M represents the gradient, that is the slope of this line, and c represents the intercept. Whenever a straight line intersects the y-axis while the x-axis is 0, that is known as the intercept. So the intercept of this graph will be 3 because it intersects the y-axis while the x-axis is 0. Now we should find the gradient. We should use this equation. So when we take A as x1 and y1, let's write the coordinates of A and the coordinates of B. So this will be x1, this will be y1, and this will be x2, this will be y2. Now you subject these terms with the numerical values. So y1 will be equal to 3 and y2 will be equal to 0. x1 will be equal to 0 while x2 will be equal to 6. So you get the final answer as 3 over minus 6. That will be equal to minus half. So therefore the equation will be y equals, let's put the equation first, y equals mx plus c m is minus half and x plus c. C is the intercept, that is 3. So this will be the equation that you need to find for this given graph. So with that, let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 21. The sixth term of a geometric progression with common ratio 5 is 80. What is the eighth term of this progression? So we know the sixth term. So instead of using the equation, we can find this in 2 steps. That is, sixth term multiplied by the common ratio will be equal to the seventh term, and seventh term multiplied by the common ratio will be equal to the eighth term. So instead of using the equation and finding the first term and then you find the eighth term, you can use this method. But I will write both the methods. First the sixth term, that will be 80. You multiply that with the common ratio, that will be 5, that will be equal to 400. This is the seventh term. But they are asking you the eighth term. So eighth term will be equal to the seventh term, that is 400, multiplied by 5. The eighth term will be equal to 2000. This is the method number 1. This will be method number 2. Method number 2 will be the formula method or the equation method. First you find the first term. So to find the first term, the sixth term is 80. You should find a, r is 5, n minus 1, n is the number of term, that is 6, minus 1, that gives you 6 minus 1 is 5. So you get 80 divided by 5 to the power 5 is 3125. This will be equal to a. So a is this much. So to find the eighth term, that will be equal to a is 80 over 3125, r is 5, n minus 1, so 8 minus 1 is 7. That will be equal to 80 over 3125 multiplied by 78,125. So when you simplify that, you get 25. So you get the answer 2000. But this is a bit complex method because there are 5 to the power 7, 5 to the power 5. There are a huge values. So using the first method is more easier because the second method takes you a lot of time. So with that, let's move on to the next question. Question number 22. The center of the given circle is O. This is the center. Find the magnitude of ABC. I have told you this theorem before too. When the 2 points of the diameter, that means these 2 points of the diameter collides each other in the circumference of a circle, that angle will be equal to 90 degree. So DBC will be equal to 90 degree. So DBC equals 90 degree. Now we should use some geometrical theorems and find the value of ABC. And if you add ABC with DBC, you get the answer ABC. So now we can find the value of ABD. This angle will be equal to half of this angle, because there is a theorem that says the angle subtended to the center is twice the angle subtended on the circumference of the circle. But the base should be equal, as I told you previously. And if you take the triangle DOA, the base is AD. And if you take the triangle DBA, the base is AD. Therefore, this angle DOA is 2 times the angle of ABD. Therefore, ABD will be equals to half of AOD. So, ABD will be equals to 25 degree. Let's write that down. So, therefore, ABC, the angle of ABC will be equal to the sum of these 2 angles. That will be equal to 115 degree. So I hope you understood it. With that, let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 23. It says A equals 1 minus 3 and B equals minus 1, 2, minus 1 and 1. Find the matrix AB. So now let's find the value of AB. First you should multiply these 2 numbers with these 2 numbers. That will be 1 into minus 1 minus 1. Minus 3 into minus 1 is plus 3. So minus 1 plus 3, that will be equal to plus 2. Same way you do this. You multiply the first one with the first one, and then you multiply the second one with the second one, and then you add those 2 values. That's how you find a matrix. So this is how you do them. 1 into minus 1, that will give you minus 1, plus you should always add, and then minus 3 into minus 1 gives you plus 3. Minus minus plus, 3 into 1 is 3. So this will be the first one, and the next one will be 1 into 2, that gives you 2 plus and minus 3, because minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. So that will be equal to minus 1 plus 3 gives you 2, and 2 plus minus 3 gives you minus 1. Minus 1 plus 3 gives you plus 2. 2 plus and minus gives you minus, because since minus is greater you put the minus sign, and 2 minus 3 gives you 1. So minus 1. So with that, let's move on to the next question. Question number 24. A bag contains only identical red and black balls. The probability of a ball drawn at random from the bag being red is 2 over 7. If there are 15 black balls in the bag, how many balls in total are there in the bag? So now we should first find the fraction that represents black balls. Using that, we should find the total balls. So it says here bag contains only red and black balls. Here they have given the fraction of red balls, so the balance will be black balls. So the black balls will be 7 over 7 minus 2 over 7, that will be equal to 5 over 7. So 5 over 7 equals 15 black balls. So now we should find for 1 over 7. So that will be 5 over 7 equals 15. So 1 over 7 equals, you divide 15 by 5. Therefore that will be equal to 3. So now we have found 1 over 7 equals 3. So we should find 7 over 7, that is the total balls. That's what they are asking here. How many balls in total are there in the bag? That will be 3 multiplied by 7, that will give you 21 balls. So the total balls in this bag including red and black is 21 balls. So with that, let's move on to the next set of question. Question number 25. AB and AC are two perpendicular boundaries of a land. It is required to plant a tree at the point P, which is 4 meter from AB and 5 meter from the corner A. An incomplete sketch relevant to finding this location is shown in this figure. Complete the figure using the knowledge on loci and mark the point P. So it says they are finding a point to plant a tree, and that point is P, and that P is located 4 meter away from AB. That means 4 meter away from this. So that means it should be going in parallel. That's why it's parallel to this, because if you take this point, it should be 4 meter. If you take this point, it should be 4 meter. If you take this point even, it should be 4 meter. And they are saying from here it should be 5 meter. Using the compass and a ruler, you should measure 5 centimeter, and you should keep the point of the compass on this point, which means on the corner of A, and you should measure 5 centimeter using the ruler, and you should draw a small arc that intersects this line. The point that intersects or collides with this line will be the point P. So since this is a sketch, you can just draw it by analyzing the values. So this will be 5 meter. So this will be the point P. So that will be the end of paper 1 part A. Hope you guys got the maximum knowledge and benefit out of this paper. So with that, I will be closing out today's video. In my next video, I will be discussing the paper 1 part B. So make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to this channel and stay connected for part B. Till then, signing off for now, Maths Academy.